Today I'm talking about soul suckers. It's like you can be in an awesome mood and then all of a sudden it's like a Dementor comes and like starts sucking the soul right out of your body. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you a story. So I woke up and like I'm a morning person. So I'm like, fired up. I'm happy. Like, let's get the day rolling. You know what I mean? And I wake up and my husband is like a pill. Okay. He decided that he wasn't going to go to the zoo with us. He was going to go to the office and do whatever guys do. So I'm like, totes cool. I had to bring my dog to Memphis to get a recheck at the vet. And so here I am. I've got my dog I'm going to take to the vet, which it's like 2 hours one way, okay? And I'm like, hey, well, while we're taking her to the vet, let's just go to the zoo. I had my toddler, my stepdaughter was here who's 15, and my little brother who is 12. And then, I wake my stepdaughter up and I'm like, hey, you got 30 minutes and we're rolling out. So my little brother, he's just like, whatever, he doesn't care. So he does what I tell him to do. My toddler, Krabby Patty, she doesn't want to get out of the bed. And I'm like, dude, we're going to the zoo. Like, come on, get happy, put a smile on your face, yo. And here we are, 40 minutes later, and I'm waiting on my stepdaughter. And I come back in the house and I'm like, hey, you ready? And guess what? She gets smart with me. What? Like, yes, an attitude. And I'm like, okay, Tootie teenager, you can lose the attitude and let's roll because guess what? We're going to the zoo. Like, stop running on my parade. So as like, here I am loaded up with 3 kids and a dog all by my lonesome going on a 2-hour trek one way. And here I am. I've already had 3 out of the 4 people in my household get an attitude with me, okay? So I'm sitting here driving and I'm sitting here thinking and all I can think about is I want to be in a good mood. But if people in my household are sucking the energy out of me like a Dementor from Harry Potter, it's very hard for me to stay in a good mood. You know what I mean? And so it just popped into my head because I am definitely the type that I think of solutions versus just concentrating on the problem. So I'm like, what can I do to get people like on board? Because if everybody else is in a good mood, guess what? Guess what? I stay in a good mood. And if I'm in a good mood, then everybody else can stay in a good mood and I'm more productive and I get more stuff done. So needless to say, I don't like to surround myself with Krabby Patties. But what am I going to do? Kick the kids out of the house? No, can't do that. So I had to come up with a solution. So I wanted to share with you what I've come up with and also get some suggestions from you. So this is something you can totally implement into your household because I'm going to tell you how it's been working. So here's what I came up with. I'm like, all right, Tootie teenagers, here's what I'm going to do. And I got my husband on board too. So when you're here, for every day that you stay in a good mood, you don't give me attitude, you don't give me lip, you're not rolling around here like, a hobbit stomping your feet all over the floor, I'll give you $5. And here's the deal, like when it comes to teenagers, I know what motivates kids. What motivates kids is money. They want money, honey, so they can go buy stuff. My stepdaughter, she is on this Kylie Jenner makeup kick, and that's all she wants. And so I'm like, hey, you're here twice a month. And for every weekend that you're here and you stay in a good mood, then you can earn up to $15. That's $30 a month. That's some Kylie Jenner lipstick, yo, okay? My little brother, he's 12. He loves to fish. And anytime he gets money, he's wanting to buy fishing equipment. So I'm like, hey, you stay in a good mood. You don't give me lip. You don't give me attitude. I'm going to give you $5 too. Now, I did say this to my toddler. She's 4. And I told her, explained to her the situation, and I'm like, hey, if you just do what mommy says and you don't whine and you don't cry, then guess what? You're going to get $5 and we can go to Walmart and we can buy a toy. Well, I will say for her, she lost her $5 before we ever even got to Memphis. She gave me attitude. I was like, dude, you're down to $4, yo. You want to keep going? Let's keep going. So then she gives me attitude again. I'm like, dude, you're down to $3. You want to keep going? So anyway, she lost her $5 before we got to Memphis. So I will have to think of like different incentives for her, maybe going to the park or doing something. Now I also have this for my husband because my husband, love him dearly, mwah, Love him more than anything. But he, I swear, could stump his toe. Like, he gets mad over little things, okay? So I told my husband, yes, he has an incentive too. So when he doesn't, go around stomping his feet, complaining, whining, putting him in a bad mood, then guess what? He gets attention too, okay? And he don't get $5, but we did work out something. And guess what? It has worked like a charm over the past week. There has not been a day that he has given me attitude. And I love it. And he's in a good mood, and I'm in a good mood, so you can work whatever out with your spouse. But here's what's also cool, because I told my husband, if for any reason there comes a day and I lose my crap, or I'm stomping around the house and I have a bad attitude, then guess what? I'm going to give you $20, okay? So I am holding myself accountable more than anybody, because I know that I am in charge of my mood. And that if I am crabby and I'm sitting here whining or complaining, then it's going to affect somebody else's mood in my household, okay? And so that's what this incentive is all about. It's to really make you think, you know what I mean? Before you just go whining and complaining, before you're somebody who you just want to sit here and you want to suck the life out of somebody else because something happened to you, you're going to think twice about it. And so that's really the incentive that I came up with. And again, I have more on the table than anybody else, because if I'm pissing and moaning, then I have to give my husband $20. And I'm like, hey, if you want to be in a bad mood, go be in a bad mood somewhere else, but don't bring it back to the house. Don't put me in a bad mood. Don't put Maddie in a bad mood. Same thing for the kids. If you want to stomp your feet, if you want to get mad, go to your bedroom, but don't come out here putting that on somebody else. It's not just about keeping them accountable. And instead of like giving them money for doing their chores, I'm like, I'm going to incentivize you for thinking about your attitude. So that's really my message. Just thought I would come on and share. Think it's super fun. Hope you have an amazing day. And until next time, bye.